When Ford launched the Mustang II in 1974, it wasn't just another car, it was a survival move. The oil crisis had shaken America, muscle cars were dying, and gas prices were skyrocketing. Ford knew the era of big engines was over, at least for now, so they created a smaller, more efficient Mustang built on the Pinto platform, loved by some, criticized by others. The Mustang II represented a turning point in American car culture. But was it a betrayal of the muscle car dream? Or the smartest decision Ford ever made? Let's dive into the story of the 1976 Mustang II. The 1974 Ford Mustang II arrived at a time when the American auto industry was in crisis. The previous generation Mustang had grown larger, heavier, and more expensive, moving far away from the original pony car formula that made it a success in 1964. Then, in late 1973, the OPEC oil embargo hit. Gasoline shortages, long waiting lines at stations, and skyrocketing fuel prices changed the American driving landscape overnight. Suddenly, the demand for compact, fuel-efficient cars surged. While V8-powered muscle cars seemed impractical, Ford executives saw the writing on the wall. If the Mustang were to survive, it had to evolve. Thus, the Mustang II was born smaller, lighter, and more fuel-efficient. Built on a heavily revised version of the Ford Pinto's platform, the car was only 175 inches long, nearly a foot shorter than its predecessor. It was designed to compete with rising imports like the Toyota Celica, Datsun Tifosi, and Volkswagen Scirocco, all of which offered stylish yet economical performance, design, and styling. The Mustang II was introduced as a 1974 model, coinciding perfectly with the fuel crisis, designed under the leadership of Lee Iacocca, who had also spearheaded the original Mustang. The Mustang II emphasized efficiency and refinement over raw power. The styling borrowed cues from European sports cars, giving it a sleeker, more compact look, offered in coupe and fastback body styles. The Mustang II aimed to be practical yet fashionable. Inside, the car leaned heavily toward comfort, and like earlier Mustangs that emphasized sportiness. The Mustang II prioritized luxury touches like plush interiors, wood grain trim, and quieter cabins. Customers could choose from several trim levels, including the sporty Mach 1, the luxurious Ghia, and base models, engine choices. And like its muscle-bound predecessors, the Mustang II came standard with a 2.3-liter inline-4, making it the first Mustang ever sold without a 6 or 8-cylinder engine as standard. A 2.8-liter V6 was also available, while a 5.0-liter 300 cubic inch V8 returned in 1975 after being absent in 1974. However, due to new emissions regulations and reduced compression, even the V8 produced far less horsepower than the Mustangs of the late 1960s. In numbers, the Mustang I's V8 made around 140 horsepower, while the four-cylinder barely pushed 88 horsepower. Performance enthusiasts scoffed at these figures, but for many buyers, fuel economy mattered more than speed. Sales success, while critics dismissed the Mustang II as not a real Mustang, customers thought otherwise. In its debut year, Ford sold nearly 386,000 units, an impressive figure given the economic conditions. In fact, the Mustang II was so successful that it was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year in 1974. The 1975 and 1976 models continued the formula with minor styling updates. The return of the V8 option in 1975 reassured loyal Mustang fans who still wanted some muscle under the hood, even if it was a detuned version of what they remembered. By 1976, the Mustang II had firmly established itself as a car that reflected the realities of its time. Public perception despite strong sales. The Mustang II has long been one of the most polarizing cars in Ford's history. Enthusiasts criticize it for abandoning the performance spirit of the original Mustang. However, without the Mustang II, The brand might not have survived the 1970s at all. It kept the Mustang name alive during one of the toughest periods in the auto industry, setting the stage for future models. The 1976 Mustang II was not about speed or raw power. It was about survival, adaptation, and capturing the needs of the American driver during an oil crisis. And in that mission, it succeeded brilliantly.